There we go. Let's see if we get a few people on here. There's a like. What's up there, Mike? Doc, how are you? I'm tired. I've been driving all day. I am currently in... Where the hell am I? Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm good. I am on my way. I'm on my way to visit Mom and spend a week up there. Yep, going to see Mom. I was telling the wife that the freaking traffic, nice, Clarksville, Indiana. I didn't know how well this will work on the phone or not, but it seems like we got a pretty good signal. But I told the wife, I says, the freaking traffic was super stupid today. It started in the Atlanta bypass, and 5x5. I don't know what that means. Yeah, well, yeah, I know that. I mean, I've driven up there before. Oh, wow. That was interesting. Well, I don't know what that was all about. Must be something wrong with the fridge and it tripped the circuit breaker or something. Shut the light off. That was funny. No, it started in Atlanta with the bypass. Because I usually go Atlanta. You can go around 285 West or 285 East. I usually go the West route, and you can go around Atlanta. But apparently they had an accident, or they called it an incident, at one of the exits, and it had freaking traffic snarled. And those people in Georgia drive like maniacs. Crazy. I'm surprised there isn't more wrecks there. But yeah, we did all right. I was just ready to get out of the car, that's for sure. I'm gonna have to make sure and do some good stretching in the morning, especially since I'm sitting. Let's see, I got out of there late this morning. I left at like 10 o'clock. I was trying to get out of there by 8, but I just told myself, there's no way I'm going to get out of there at 8. I haven't been through Louisville, but I told myself, every time we try to go on vacation or do something like that, we never can get out of there on time. So I just said, it's just not going to happen. We'll get out. I'll get out when I get out. And I had to go to the dump this morning, get rid of the garbage, and by the time I got everything rounded up, plus I had to stay late last night at work to finish this truck up. If y'all ever put a lower radiator hose on a Duramax, let me tell you, it ain't fun. It calls for 1.4 hours to put this hose on. And I kid you not, I think it was short on time. Doc, I drove the Honda. It's pretty comfortable to drive for long distances. I do pretty good with it, and it rides smooth enough. But yeah, that freaking Duramax lower radiator hose is a pain in the butt. The reason why I had to put it in anyway is because I had to put a radiator in this thing. 400,000 miles, it decided to wanted to spring a leak. So at any rate, so I had to stay late and get that done before I, went out of town. I didn't want to leave it, for a week. Try to leave something not hanging. So, but yeah, Doc, I took the Honda. It gets pretty decent gas mileage, and the only thing bad about the Duramax is they put everything on top of that stupid thing. So, I mean, you got to take half the top end of the engine apart to be able to get to what you're looking for. They kind of layered it. So, but it's a good engine as long as you can keep the fuel system intact. But nonetheless, yeah. But the Honda gets like I'm averaging like 28 miles a gallon out of that thing, and it's a V6, and I'm going the posted speed limit. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you went the speed limit, you'd get run over. That was a common upgrade, Doc. There was the older Cadillacs were notorious for that. And GM actually had a kit that you could do. You put coils in there and struts, and then I think it was the old STS and the SLS. They were bad about it, but you could put the I think they did it on the front too. But they gave you a kit and how to turn the light off and all that good stuff. You might as well be, Mike. I kid you not, if you're not going at least that, you're going to get run over. Not that I do, but I let everybody go around me because I really don't. I don't need to be going that fast. I don't need a ticket. Well, Bessie's got the original shocks on the back. They've never been replaced. That's our Escape, by the way. And they still work just fine. I didn't see any point in replacing them. But especially now that we don't drive it as much. Yeah, that was common. They'd blow the bladders out of those air shocks all the time. They still do it on the Tahoes and stuff. But the new Tahoes have got well, it's an option. The new Tahoes have an option for air suspension where they use air springs on all four corners, but it's an option. You don't have to get them. You can do the coil spring setup. But this is my lovely room that I got. A basic hotel room. One bed. He's around here somewhere. There he is. Got my traveling buddy with me. He's a good traveling buddy. Plus, his yeah, right. Yeah, thanks, Ice. I don't plan on getting a ticket. Yeah, Crown Vics were good about that air suspension too. But Bubba's um, hips are getting pretty bad. I don't know if it's arthritis or if he's got something going on with him, but I know they're bothering him. So I figured I'd take him with me. Maybe the last time I get to take him on a trip with me. I don't know. Yeah, we'll do that, Doc. Um, if anybody else rewatches this, uh, pray for Doc's boss's wife. I think I said that right. Yeah. For some fast healing. Power of prayer is pretty important, and it works. It really does. I didn't put a prayer in church for me, so that I get there and back in one piece. But anywho. Well, Mike, I'm sure Doc would like that. You had a mess up at church last week, huh? So did I. I set the alarm off. So anyway, the story behind that is I was back there doing my deal. I posted the first video on YouTube. They handed me the video card out of the camera they've been using. They said, "Well, we can't put anything more on it. It's full." I was like, "All right, well, let me have the video card, and I'll upload the videos onto the laptop, and then that'll free it up." So I started uploading this thing, and this thing's taken forever, and it took me a while to find the file because they call it a clip. It's a Sony camera. They call it a clip. And I look on it, sure enough, it's got a 120 gig video card, and that dude is plumb full. And it's only got like 8 videos on it. It's like, how the heck are you filling up a card with 8 videos? And then I found out they've been recording their videos on 4K. I don't know if you guys know about 4K, but the resolution's like astronomically nice. But you'll never notice that on a YouTube video or anything. 1080p is fine, which is your standard 1920 by 1080. That's what your resolution is. And so I was like, oh my goodness. So I started uploading these files, and it's still going and going and going. But anyway, it took like 3.5 hours to upload these videos onto the laptop. And by this time, everybody, yeah, it takes up a whole lot of space. 4K does. And so I'm back there in my corner doing my thing, because that's where the AV is. And I got done with it finally. I was like, well, sweet. I'll go put this deal back in. So I walk out into the sanctuary, which the AV room's like in the left rear of the sanctuary. And I walk out there, and all of a sudden, this thing, oh my Lord, loudest dang alarm you ever heard started going off. And I'm looking around. It's like, well, how the heck did I do that? And why is it going off? And I look, and there's a motion sensor that's on the south wall. And I was like, oh my goodness. So apparently one of the elders forgot that I was in there and locked the door and set the alarm while I was still in there. But of course, where I was, it's a dead spot. It doesn't pick up anything. So when I walked out there in the sanctuary, of course, it starts blaring because somebody's in the building. I'm like, well, I hope my code will shut the alarm off. Oh. It said something went wrong, but I don't know if you guys can still see me. It says it's still counting. Anyway, so I shut this thing off, and I go back doing my thing. Pretty soon, here comes Bill, one of the other elders, and he goes, it's like, I heard that thing going off from the fellowship hall, which is just on the other side of the property. I was like, yeah, you should have been in here when it was going off. And that thing was loud. But anywho, it was crazy. Let's see if I missed any comments here. Hey, Buster. That's enough. So yeah, that kind of woke me up. It was kind of funny in the same instance, but still scared the bejesus out of me. No pun intended. But hey. Anyway, I really don't know a whole lot tonight, but I figured I'd get on here and from the remote location and see how things go. No, I haven't. I know they're trying to raise the debt ceiling again, so that's just brilliant. I'm just so with all that. Doesn't make any sense to me. Just like the letting all the great big open borders now, which I'm not crazy about either. Mint Milano. I don't know that I believe anything that's coming out of any of them people's mouths lately. It's just ridiculous. I think it's pretty good that Tucker Carlson's trying to work out some deal with um, Elon Musk. We don't need to be giving Ukraine any more damn money. It keeps telling me it's just something went wrong, try again later. I don't know if it keeps booting people off or what the deal is. Yeah, my diet went down the drain too, Mike. I had uh, I had some lasagna that I made, uh, real good stuff, and then my wife brings me one of these lemon cakes from her work that are just fantastic. I love lemon cakes; they're so good. So I had to have some of that for dessert. I probably should take my med. Speaking of which, so we're watching. Wife and I are watching the tube. I think it was either last night or this morning, and I just had to laugh because here they introduced another freaking pill for some other kind of thing that, and you know they always pictured as everybody's so cheery and happy and skipping around and you know here's this new pill that's gonna that's not the right one. Here's this new pill that's gonna be the answer to everything or the answer to this disease or something like that. But wait, could kill you, could make you nauseous, vomiting, cause kidney failure, and I'm like, so how is this supposed to be safe for anybody? And why not instead of putting a band-aid on the top of it? I've got no room to talk as I'm taking one of my medications. Uh, but it cracks me up because the pharmaceutical industry is absolutely ridiculous. How fast they come out with some other pill that's supposedly supposed to be a cure-all for some sort of problem. Now I don't know if it's medically induced or not, but this little pill is called glimepiride. It's for blood sugar. Um, I'm sure it would help if I get my fat ass into exercising, even though I'm old and my body hurts and everything else. But um, I'm not going to give up everything that I enjoyed and that I like to eat just because of it. If I can make something work, if I'm going to die early, I'm going to die early. That's just the way it is. But at least I'm going to die happy. Yeah, Doc, I can't agree with you more. I believe that we're nation is in a lot of trouble. That's true. I mean, that's why I truly believe that there's a cure for cancer, but cancer is such a big business. Um, there's been doctors that come right out and say that chemotherapy does nothing. I don't believe that's totally true, but if they can sell those chemo drugs and the treatments and bill the insurance and astronomically, and it's a big vicious circle, and it's hurting everybody. Yeah, yeah, I like those the migraine meds that it take care of your migraine, but it sure could kill you too. Yeah, they don't. Oh, oh, damn. They don't want you to have. They don't want you to have a cure. Like you said, there's no money in a cure. There's, oh, excuse me. If they cured it, then there'd be no money for them to be made, which is sad. But what do you do? What do you do? What you gonna do? That's not. Where is my cord? I hope I didn't forget my cord. Yeah, they definitely want customers for life. Hey, Buster. It's been shown that pot can cure certain cancers. I believe that. Well, they've used pot for glaucoma for a long time. So I guess that they've had they've given people prescription. Mary Jane for glaucoma, because it's supposed to help with it. I don't know how, but it's supposed to work, help it anyway. Oh, I got something funny for you guys. So I'm bebopping up 71 or 75 today, and I get behind this SUV and this Nissan. A Nissan, I think it was an Altima or something like that. Anyway, it was a silver Altima. It had some dark in it. It's like, it's probably something not right in there should be going on. But the left rear window was down on it. But I've got behind it in hammer lane, and I kid you not, the smell. I thought somebody had run over a skunk. The smell was so strong that come out of this thing. I had my fresh air vent shut off, and I could still smell the reefer come out of this car. Going down the highway, it, 70 mile an hour, you could still smell it. I'm like, no, surely not. So I got out of the lane. I got and went in the center lane and got up a little bit in front of him. Sure enough, the smell was gone. Got right back behind him. There it was again. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I don't know what it was, but they had some really strong stuff. Oh, I know what it is. I know that, Mike, I've known that for a while now, and I've been trying to find natural stuff and stuff that's supposedly good for you. And in Canada, they ban a lot of that stuff that they put in it. In fact, there was a gal that showed a Canadian Heinz 57 bottle and the U.S. Heinz 57 bottle. The uh, the ketchup bottle from Canada had like 5 ingredients in it: tomato, salt, vinegar, and 2 other things. No artificial nothing in it. The same looking bottle. It was just a Canadian label. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is out of control. I think it is. Ever since they started legalizing it, in certain areas, it just seems like it's more abundant. I don't ever remember it being. Now, granted, I'm no saint. I played around with the stuff when I was a teenager, but I sure as hell don't ever remember it stinking as bad as this stuff does. I mean, this stuff just flat. It's ripe. Uh, And I was telling my wife, I was like, I don't care that anybody does it. To each his own. If you like the way it makes you feel, great. But I wouldn't want to smell like it. It's bad. If you go around smelling like a freaking skunk, how is that appealing? Yes, Doc. High fruit HFCS is a killer. It's tough to find stuff that doesn't have it in there, but if you look at the labels good enough, then you can find it without it. And that was one of the big things I've tried to cut out. Now I guarantee that lemon cake that I had over there, I guarantee that had HFCS in it. But like the lasagna that I made the sauce from scratch. Um, it adds just some Italian sausage in it, some hamburger, um, whole milk ricotta cheese. Um, the sauce was made with red cooking wine, uh, tomato paste, oregano, basil, and a little bit of salt and fresh garlic. Yeah, and these teens are supposed to be our future. I don't know if I'd have much faith in that. But anyway, I'm tired. Yeah, exactly. For sure. Oh, fellers, I'm going to call it a night. I am going to hit the sack and get up early and get back on the road and get up there. And I'm just ready to get up there and see Mom. I miss home. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my life, but in the same instance, I'm trying to find the stuff that you you have to cut out the artificial stuff. I'm just as guilty as half the other people. I don't do what I should do, but I'm trying. I appreciate it, Doc. You all make sure to take care of yourself, and I'll do the best on my end, and we'll meet again next week. and it'll probably be in a different hotel room because I'll be on my way back. So, anyway, y'all take care. Have a good week, and we will see you soon. I don't know how to shut this off. Probably that one.